Rider Nation, 2024 and the Saskatchewan Roughriders season is about to jump off. We're at training camp as per usual, and we return with cart conversations this year. Third round draft pick is going to open up this season's edition of Cart Convos. Dhel Duncan-Busby, Bemidji State.
Yes, sir.
In Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
But you started your journey in Canada. Talk about growing up in Etobicoke.
So when I was young, I was born in Vancouver right away, and then I moved out to Etobicoke with my mom and my dad, and I was a hooper. I was playing basketball. I was doing AAU. That was kind of like my dream, was to play basketball. And then, that really took over my whole life. And then I ended up moving over to Kenton, but it was Madison, Ohio is what the actual name is, out by Cleveland. And I started going out there, was gonna play at Aspire Institute to go play basketball. And then I ended up going to Madison High School. And then on like the third day of being on the Madison campus, they were just like, the head coach came up to me, he's like, "You ever play football?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't played no football before." My mom wouldn't let me growing up, so I just kind of stayed away from it. And then my sophomore year, I just kind of watched and kind of learned a little bit more about the game.
Yeah.
And then my junior year, I ended up getting hurt. I ended up hurting my knee, so I was out for the whole season. And my senior year was my first year of actually playing football.
So how did you come to the realization, or when did you make the choice to say, okay, look, man, I'm going to focus on football?
I'd say it was probably my senior year. Like, I had a pretty good season. I had a breakout game. I think it was like week 6. I had over 300 yards, 200 yards.
Yeah, because folks, hey, check this out, folks. You need to go and look at his stats. Like, this guy is a highly productive cat.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, so then my senior year, I had a decent basketball season. I wasn't really getting a whole lot of looks for basketball. And then since football was so new to me, I was like, this is like the new toy. It's like when first Christmas as a baby, you get a brand new toy, you want to play with it a little bit more. And so then I ended up going to prep school, and I just kind of went with it. And yeah, the rest is history.
What's Bemidji State like? Because there's not a lot of people who know where or what's, first of all, what's the mascot?
We're Beavers.
There you go.
We're Beavers. But Bemidji's like it's a small town. About 15,000 is the population, not including the students.
Right.
And the nice thing about Bemidji that this is what really sold me is like the football stadium is right on the lake. Not on the lake, but like there's a little shore that splits it, and we're right there on the lake. So on homecomings, we win the homecoming game, we get to jump in the lake. It's our little tradition.
All right, okay.
We splash around, have fun, and then but to do, there's not really a whole lot to do unless you're like a true outdoorsman. If you're outdoors, during the wintertime, a lot of people go ice fishing and doing all that kind of stuff.
Listen, man, okay, first of all, have you been ice fishing?
Absolutely not.
Tell the folks, because I get into this argument all the time in Saskatchewan, how ridiculous the concept of ice fishing is.
Me personally, I don't understand taking your car out on ice.
Nobody
does. I've heard so many stories of people like kind of falling through, so I get a little nervous going out there, but
it's crazy.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, cars are not meant to be on ice.
Nope, not at all.
They're always like, oh yeah, you can have a beer.
You can have a beer on land.
Yeah, in the basement where it's warm.
Right.
So look, man, you hear your name called in the Canadian Football League draft this year. What's your first thought?
I was excited. A lot of it was relief, just because like I was very confused as to what I was going to be doing, where I was going to be playing, if I was going to be playing down south, playing up here. I heard my name called, and I just knew I had my opportunity, and I was just excited to be, especially out here. I've heard so much leading up to the draft process about how the fans are in Saskatchewan, so I'm just excited. Coming
from an American system too, you know, I feel like you're a little bit more prepped, but you're in rookie camp now. What steps do you have to take to be ready for main camp and when the competition really gets rolling?
So I think a lot of it's going to be mental. Just understanding the playbook, understanding the game. Like I can do it physically, but I just got to know what I'm doing before I can do it. So like I don't want to be going out there making mental mistakes, running the wrong routes, getting the wrong blocking assignments and stuff like that. So I think that's the biggest thing I need to learn.
Dhel Duncan-Busby, one other quick thing. Drake or Kendrick? Who's winning the battle right now?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, man. That last one made it a little bit interesting, but I think K-Dot got it.
There we go. All right, man. Hey, well, best of luck. Stay healthy, man. Bemidji State, Dhel Duncan-Busby, your 3rd round draft pick. Rider Nation, we're coming at you all training camp. Let's roll, man. It's time to go. Let's go get this ring.
Yes, sir, let's roll.